Hello and welcome. Carrie here from Healing Humanity, the Power of a Proper Human Diet. And today I'm thankful, grateful, blessed, and honored to welcome back to the channel the amazing Dr. Tony Hampton. Welcome, Dr. Hampton. How are you?
I'm having a great morning, and I'm just grateful that you're here with me so we can keep spreading the message.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Hampton, a lot of people start carnivore for a very specific reason. Oftentimes it's weight loss or it's to maybe reverse diabetes or fertility issues, mental health reasons, but then they end up having these unexpected benefits of carnivore that in many cases they never could have even imagined, like, wait a minute, this is changing and that is changing. So the focus of today's video, I wanted to get your take on what are some of the unexpected benefits of carnivore that you've experienced, maybe personally, or patients that you've worked with, or folks that are in your YouTube community. What are some of those top unexpected benefits of carnivore?
Yeah, I think it's a great question because many people who adopt these dietary patterns have all of these great benefits. So I'll start with one that's going to sound like it's not a benefit, but it is, and that's my A1C. As many of you know, the A1C is basically your sugar plus your red blood cell lifespan, which tends to be about 90 days. So on carnivore, your inflammation drops, and when your inflammation drops, your red blood cell can live longer. And so the number can creep up, which can make you feel like things are getting worse. So that's your brain says things are getting worse. So one of the things I do is I tell patients we can always double check things by looking at your continuous glucose meter, or we can do a fructosamine test or glycosylated albumin. Those tests will help you know what's really going on. But why am I saying it's a benefit? Well, when you account for the red blood cell lifespan being longer, your glucose control actually ends up being better, which is really interesting. And the reason why we don't see that with the A1C is because when your red blood cells live longer, it makes the number higher. But there's a way to correct. There's a formula you can use to correct for that. They use in research to calculate a conversion that'll allow you to add the fact that the lifespan is longer. So what I'll do, Carrie, is I'll share that formula with you so you can share it with the audience so they can do their own calculation. So the first benefit is that my A1C actually got better doing carnivore, even though you have to correct for it to get the true number. So that's number one. Number two is IBS. I started my journey with low carb, keto, and carnivore for my wife and her type 1 diabetes. But ultimately, my IBS got so much better. And I knew that it would probably get better because I did low carb and keto. But I didn't think that it was going to get this good. So if I stick with a more strict carnivore diet, and truth be told, I do have moments of indulgence and I feel it. In fact, real quick, I actually took some electrolytes, but it was the flavored packet and my stomach didn't like it. So I just stay away from that stuff for the most part. If I do electrolytes, it'll be unflavored. But on carnivore, it's simple. There's no guesswork and my stomach is calm. And I can't put into words how calm it is. And so as long as I don't have moments of indulgence, which I will have periodically, carnivore does a much better job for my gut than keto or low carb. The third thing that comes to mind is decision fatigue. I'm a very busy doctor. I don't really have time to spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm going to eat. When I was a plant-based doctor, 14, 15 years ago, I had, just planning a really healthy plant-based diet was a lot of work, a lot of planning. Now I need animal protein and eggs, water, you're done. So I love that because it really allows me to keep things simple. I do have to be cautious though, because I live in a house with keto folk. So I have to make sure that my wife has a vegetable if that's what she chooses. But many nights we default to carnivore because all of us are busy and it's just easier. So I would say decision fatigue is gone. I just don't have to think about these things. Another thing that really shocked me, and when I interviewed your lovely daughter Emma, she mentioned her skin. Well, this 58-year-old, I'll be 58 this year coming up. I actually also saw the benefits in my skin, and I couldn't believe how the skin just looked, clearer. And I just believe when you remove all the processed foods, the sugar spikes go away, and your face just appreciates that. And all of that healthy fat that we try to eat on this animal-based diet, I think really helps the skin. So if you have a steady food diet, you have a steady skin. So I really encourage people who have skin problems to think about it. But the most important, I think, from a doctor perspective and a guy who's trying to live his best life perspective, my brain is so steady. My mental clarity is off the chain. And even us recording this early in the morning, I'm good. And when I went to bed last night, I was good. The glucose swings are gone. And I even had a cold blue carry yesterday at my clinic. It was at the end of the day. It was only a couple of doctors in the building. But when I got to the cold blue, I'm just calm and cool. And I know my team sometimes gets nervous, but because of how I eat, my brain can be in those critical moments when you have to think with clarity. So for me, those are the 5 things I can think about. The list is really long, but for me, those are the things that have really blessed me and impacted my life.
That's incredible. I love it. I appreciate it because I feel like when I started carnivore, it was, "Oh, I'm going to drop some pounds." And I feel like that's the case for a lot of people, which is fine, like whatever gets you into it. But then there's just so many other unexpected benefits like this that are way more life changing than dropping a few pounds in many cases.
That's right. And I'm
So
just happy that people will hear this message, which is why I'm grateful that we're going to have a documentary just to give people options, right? We're not trying to indoctrinate people. We're just saying if you're not thriving, here's something you should try. And it's been a gift for me.
absolutely. Just another tool in the toolbox. Here's something you might want to consider that you didn't otherwise that could potentially change your life. Incredible. Well, I really appreciate you, Dr. Hampton. I've really been enjoying watching your YouTube channel. I'll have a link in the description below for that and encourage everyone to go subscribe, go sign up. You've been putting out some great videos lately, like really inspiring stuff that I think is going to help a lot of people. So I always appreciate having you on the channel. Thank you so much, Dr. Hampton.
Thank you, Carrie. You have a great one, my friend.